Okay, I guess we're live. Hello everyone, I am stormcrow56k, and we are going to be running Little Nemo the Dream Master today. Favorite game as a kid, could never beat it. Came back to it. This is actually what got me into speedrunning, just beating this game. So, based on a 1989 movie, which in turn was based off of comics by Winsor McCay, an early 1900s cartoonist, and he actually pioneered a lot of the different styles of comics. So I am the current world record holder, looking to improve it, at least for the English version. But anyways, we're going to get started. Let me just get this so I can see the chat. And thank you so much, Pixels for Peace, for having me. And let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start the timer once we gain control of Nemo. So I'm going to do my best to show you guys, or tell you. So here we go. Three, two, one, go. Doing that in 2 jumps, we're actually doing a cutscene skip there. Saves about 20 to 30 seconds. Normally in the speedrun I would do it in 1 jump, but it's a 2-frame window. And if I mess that up with a 2-frame window, obviously that could be bad. And we lose 20 seconds. So, Frog moves incredibly slow if he's walking, so I want to be jumping almost as soon as I'm hitting the ground here. We're using a lot of damage boosts in this game. That one we use our iframes, so we can get into the whatever this guy's called as soon as possible. What you're seeing there is what we call a quick feed. You can get the candy out just a little bit faster if you jump first. All of these jumps are very precise. You're actually controlling how some of the enemies spawn depending on how you jump. So I cut a couple corners there. But actually not a bad mushroom forest. Alright, up next we got Flower Garden. So we're going to do another cutscene skip on this one too. I'll explain how those work a little bit later. When we have a 2.5 minute cutscene, and that'll be a good time for donations later in the run. Doing these a little bit slower than normal just to make sure we get a nice clean run today. So again, doing a lot of damage boosts here. My favorite animal in the game, the ape. In the Japanese version, he actually has a cigar that says Flip, the guy from the beginning of the game that we skip his cutscene on. So here, if you notice when I'm climbing, you can only do it so fast. If you go too fast, it'll actually eat the inputs. Took me a long time to figure that out. This is a newer route. You used to go on the left and take the lizard. This saves considerable time going this way. We're gonna pop out, take a little dip downstairs. Now this is gonna be the only intentional death that we take in the run. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no other deaths. But it's a brutal, brutal game, so do a quick jump there just to make sure we don't get hit by the pollen. The pollen and these tadpoles, which I like to call tad trolls, are the 2 most annoying enemies in the game. Pretty tight jump coming up here. Got it. Okay, and we got a nice flower garden. Alright, so everybody's favorite, House of Toys. This is actually the only auto-scroller in the game. You don't want to take it for granted. You can definitely die if you're not paying attention, but once you've been running this game a while, it's quote-unquote free. I know everybody loves that divisive word. I don't typically use it, but once again, underestimate it, you die, and you're real sad. So to make this level go a little bit faster, I typically kind of just mess around. This is kind of the sweet spot. I like to linger here. Do a lot of these. I actually saw Becco doing this a lot when he was running this in the Japanese version, which is called Pajama Hero Nemo. I like to do salmon jumps. Doesn't really matter if you take hits there. Health pack right here. We'll get another health pack coming up. But like I said, we got a few different games we play. Hey, there we go. So this part we just stand here and think about life. Jump for this guy. This is the most important part of the run. You gotta bop your head on this at least 3 times. Don't do that, the run is void. So I'm going to show you one of my other favorite games. Oh, I messed it up. So I like to try and chase those bombs. This is a lot of fun. Up here we got the crushers. So first of all, for a casual playthrough, this game is just brutal. But this part gets really tough too. Very intense. As long as you know where to stand, not too bad. For the love of God, don't stop crouching. And don't jump too high. If you jump too high, you'll die instantly. So those are Mega Man spikes. This is a Capcom game. I got the 3-bop. Shout out to the Kroger's Nation, which no one has ever said. Gonna just go ahead and skip that extra life, don't really need it. Don't need those keys either, but I always grab them, just for fun. Alright, going well so far. So up next we got Night Sea. Fun fact, Infested Rich's favorite level. I believe it's Skunky's favorite level too. Super chill. It stresses me out though. A lot of tight movements, and you've got lots of tad trolls, so in the tasks, you move faster in the air than in water. So started doing that recently. So a lot of new strats have been coming out. And Becco, Have a Prodigy, and others. Crit Rocket Runners actually discovered some things recently. Spyreal started running it. I noticed 1 or 2 things he's done that I've actually implemented, as well as Neural, Ukrainian runner. Shoutouts to all the Nemo runners. Alright, Tad Troll number 1. Got around him. Didn't get trolled by any of the orange bugles there, so that's nice. Kroger's Nation. We're gonna get this guy to spawn up top. Alright, so we got one more manipulation of the tadpole. This one I'm gonna be quiet because it's tough. We want to get him to spawn below us. Got it? Got the damage boost. Hop over this guy, 1 more damage boost. Once again, we want to be out of the water as much as possible. Decent little Night Sea. Okay, so coming up Nemo's house, there's about an 8 to 9 second time save in the basement. You can actually jump over, and I'm doing the Becco method, where there's a glitch in the game where it throws you a handful of pixels to the left if you get out of your animal when you're touching the ceiling, so we're going to see if we can pull it off. There are other ways you can do it too, but this is just the most consistent for me. Okay, didn't get hit there. Usually pretty consistent. Hopefully nerves will allow me to nail it for you guys. It looks pretty cool. But not the end of the world if we miss it. By the way, that cutscene, you just have to hold down A, so that's a nice one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we missed it. That's alright, sometimes you have to be on the last pixel, so it's tough. We're going to go ahead and wait, play this safe. We're not going for a record today, so... You can hear my daughter in the background crying. She's in bed with my wife. She did not want to go to sleep. And I'm sure she probably wants some candy or something. No candy! Actually, if she has candy, just give her candy. Eat the candy. Alright, so I did not get the backup health. So what I'm going to do is try and sneak in underneath this presser here. Oh man, I messed up. It's alright. Ah, shoot. So I messed the whole cycle up, unfortunately. But normally that would have looked a little bit different in a normal run. I probably should have just grabbed the extra health so I could have done it, but it's possible to do it without grabbing the health. Pretty much any animal is faster than Nemo, and the bee walks very slow too, just like the frog, so I'm going to try flying as much as human beely possible. Alright, we're going to get in here for a fast cycle again. Quick feed this bad boy. We're going to do a damage boost so we don't have to wait on this second thing here. I guess we call them crushers. Coming up, we have what I like to call the Jesus boost. I believe Havoc Prodigy calls it the Phantom boost. He's the one who discovered it. But you can get this guy to spawn a little bit higher, which we did, and you can actually hit the right side of that egg, and it'll kick you over. So, always great when you hit that. We haven't quite perfected how to get it, but I get it more consistently now. Alright, so that could have went better, but we had some good things happen too. If we can get a sub 24 run, I'd be pretty happy. Alright, 2 more stages, then we got our 2.5 minute cutscene, so plenty of time for donations and that kind of thing. This is the last cutscene skip. It's the most stressful one because it's the shortest dialogue and you have very little room to jump. So I'm going to focus up on this here. Alright, got it. Otherwise, this is usually a relatively straightforward stage. Awesome song. Yeah, you'll see some sour pleases in chat. I know Tiago likes this one. I'm gonna kill... Oh, I didn't kill the crow. It's probably best. If you move early on this, you have to go back onto that platform, so you gotta be real careful. Same is true for coming up here in a minute. There's another section where you have to wait until the screen stops scrolling, or else you get stuck. Alright, coming up on the last portion. This little guy likes to troll you, so you throw a candy. If you throw a candy at an enemy, it stuns them, so if you don't stun him, then he's going to be up there hitting you when you go to jump onto the different clouds, so no fun for anybody. Leap of faith. Okay, so here's the other platform, so we want to wait till we see the orange in that house and get going. Alright, we got the boost. Got a 2-second time save there. Pretty tight window where you have to land on that, but feels real nice when you land it. Okay. Where am I at here? Topsy-turvy. Okay, so final stage before Nightmare Land. No cutscene skips. So it's my favorite. Nice little waltz. Grab your partner and waltz about. Lots of real tight jumps in this level. We're going to be taking the safe strat and grabbing the health pack towards the end of the level here. Sometimes I don't, depending on my pace. You can save a minuscule amount of time if you don't. A little slow catching a ride on the mouse here. No big deal though. So yeah, normally we just go to the right. But you can die really easily here, so. Yee. You tried to troll me. Not today, Mr. Pollen. Yeah, and I'm sure you probably noticed you have to collect keys. I'm probably a little late saying that, but this is the last level we have to collect keys, so if you miss any of the keys, you gotta go back. So since we grabbed that health, we can do that damage boost there. And this is the way the TAS does this part, which was recently implemented. And there's my crying baby in the background. Alright, so if we have any donations, we can go ahead and read those off. We've got about 2.5 minutes on this cutscene. And I have some stuff I can talk about. Go ahead. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Yep, got time. Theagach. Theagach. They're saying they can't hear the host, by the way, in chat. Well, thanks so much for the donations. We had Tutu, Adultery, Sacred Oils, and Theagach. Thank you all so much for the donations. Assuming they're not just trolling us in chat. Okay. Maybe they're just being stupid. Don't mess around, guys. All I know is I can hear you. Okay. Alright, well, we're about to get started, so We are going to be doing some boosts. We actually have access to this Morning Star now. It's a frame perfect trick, and you can boost with it. And I'll explain some of these bosses as much as I can. But a lot of RNG and craziness happening here, so... You can actually boost into that guy. So what we want to do is get a 2-cycle penguin fight. So the first boss of the 3 Nightmare Land stages is a penguin. And depending on where you're standing, you'll either hurt him, he'll be invulnerable, or he'll actually gain health. It took forever for people to figure that out, but it's insane. So there is a setup you can do for it to get at least the first hit right, and then you just kind of hope he lands on the right side for the second time, and you hope you get on the right pixel. So if we can get a 2-cycle penguin, we'll be real happy. I don't know if I got it. We did not. See if we can get a 3-cycle. Nope. 4-cycle, please. 5-cycle. And this is why a big part of why this game is so brutal. Okay, so could have been worse. Alright, coming up, Nightmare Land 2. This one we're going to be doing a damage boost to... Oops. Alright, we're going to skip that one. Doesn't want to play well. To bypass what you're actually supposed to do. Normally you would grab the frog up here, but we're going to boost off one of these spores with the lizard. And very cool things will happen. Assuming I don't mess it up. Yeah, we're good. So, the programmers didn't think you could get up here with the lizard, so the spikes at the top actually don't hurt you. So save a ton of time this way. And we're going to try and get in on a quick cycle here, so we don't have to wait at all for the spikes at the end. And we got it. Alright, we're going for another quick kill. This one was found out by Becco. This is pretty recent. It has a pause involved with it. It's pretty tough, so hopefully we get it. Okay, we got the backup, which is just as fast as the old quick kill. Okay, sub 24 is still possible. Alright, missed one boost. That's not bad at all. Once again, we're going to take a path that you normally wouldn't take underneath here. Whatever, we'll skip that one. Alright, we touched that wall there to spawn this bat behind me. Otherwise that does not spawn, and that despawns all those crushers. And then we're going to hope he moves to the right, which he did. Sometimes he moves to the left, so if he moves to the right... Check, please! And we're saving more time. Alright, final section. We got some real tight boosts up here. Whatever, we're going to take our time. See, that happens, so... We'll probably play this a little bit more carefully. Whatever, you guys want to see the boost, right? There we go. Alright, we're going to bypass the health. We got 2. I didn't want to take any more damage there, so... As long as you're quick going through this room, you'll get the quote-unquote good blob pattern coming up for the Nightmare King. You should, anyways. good. Alright, time when the fire stops. 2, 1. And we got a 2403 according to my timer, so I said I was hoping we would get a sub 24, but you know what, I'm happy with a 2403. Alrighty, so let's see. So yeah, like I said, good run. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed that. Thank you very much to Pixels for Peace for having me on here and being able to show off this awesome game and save the children. Awesome that we got all those donations. I know we're going to read them again here in a minute, but thanks again everybody that donated. I want to thank Joka, Havoc Prodigy, and Becco. They're three of the pioneers of this game. Also the tassers, I don't know the names currently, but just anyone that's done any tasses for this. So many different strats that they've done. So definitely appreciate being able to come into this game with so much groundwork already done. The Nemo community is getting much bigger. Lots of people are running it. Shout out to Crit Rocket Runner. We actually met through Little Nemo. Great dude. The Bit Vault, aka Bitty Kong, he's going to actually be doing the commentary for me and Crit's race for Retrothon coming up, and many others. Neural, like I mentioned earlier. All supporters, of Stormcrow, thank you so much. And yeah, thanks again. Hope you all enjoyed that. And back over to you
guys. In chat, please give me. So we apologize for the previous audio issues. There were several donations during that run, and I am going to reread them right now.
And anybody watching my stream, I'm going to go ahead and just cut it now. But thanks so much for the GGs. See y'all later.
Thank you very much, Stormcrow. All right, donations. Donations during that run came from Tutu in the amount of $10. Great job, everyone. Great to see so many awesome runs and runners getting together for a good cause. Hear, hear. The next from Adultery77 for $20. Good luck, stormcrow56k, with the lovely heart symbol. Thank you, Adultery. And next we have a donation from Sacred Oils. $20, reading, eat the candy. And finally, last donation from Tiagach, in the amount of $5. One more day of event, one more opportunity to help needs. Watch Little Nemo, world record holder for charity. One of the best things ever. Bleep the nightmare, save the children. Thank you so much for those generous donations. It really does mean a lot to us. So coming up, stay tuned. Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse is next. And that is being run by the one and only KLM1187. So sit tight, and we are actually getting very, very close to our goal. This is the final day of the marathon, and we are trying to hit $2,000. We are at $1,830.55. We are so close, very close. If you have any coin, please do consider throwing it into the fountain for Save the Children. 90% of the proceeds go directly to to the tomb. That is more than most charities, I believe. That is a very generous amount. So please do consider donating.